Now that the second book in the Riven Republic series is out, I wanted to give you all an overview of the characters, which I borrowed from my other books set near Crooked River Ranch, and also to give you a look at the setting and show you some of the weapons of warfare. David Craig is a retired Ranger commander who holds the Congressional Medal of Honor. He's a man who can encourage, inspire those around him, plan a battle or a war, and lead warfighters to victory. Susan O'Connell thinks he's also easy on a girl's eyes. But then, what man would notice an insignificant woman like her, practically left at the altar and still single at 37? Susan's a networker. She's the one who initially got all these people together at Crooked River Ranch to form a militia. Here's the spot where the last scene in Resisting takes place, with Craig and Susan enjoying the view of the gorge at sunset. As Craig forms his militia to protect the citizens of Central Oregon, he has a deep roster of talented people to draw on. In Drew and Beth West, he has a martial arts expert and a woman with an MBA to handle the finances. They own a horse ranch. Casey and Brock Daniels are American icons who helped save the nation from a tyrannical president 9 years earlier. Brock gave hope to a dying nation through his powerful writing on his blog, Voice in the Wilderness. And Casey is a world-class hacker, but prefers to just be a mother to their son, Benjamin. Kate Alexander, Governor Harper's niece, and Zach Tanner, conservative radio talk show host, have made wedding plans, but the intensifying Civil War keeps interfering with their ceremony at the Crooked River Ranch Chapel. Oregon's leftist governor, Sandra Harper, loves her niece Kate, but not Kate's Jesus following, and Kate's turn toward more conservative politics. But Kate's influence and President Walker's assassination attempt are changing Sandra's mind about a lot of things. The center of activity for the militia leaders seems to be the mansion that Julia inherited from her grandparents. This is where Julia, a missionary's kid and a former pacifist, lives with her husband Steve Bancroft, the man who was Colonel Craig's weapons sergeant for several years, and also the home of their adopted Mayan daughter, Itzel, or Itzy. Their house sits on a bluff overlooking the Crooked River Ranch Plateau. Julia and Steve host, in their 4 extra bedrooms, people fleeing to Central Oregon to avoid the chaos on the west side of the state, and they use their great room to host the militia meetings. The view from Julia's house includes Crooked River Ranch Golf Course, an oasis in the desert. The course runs along the Crooked River Gorge and offers one hole, number 5, that can be turned from a par 4 to a par 3, provided you can hit a ball 220 yards on the fly to cut across the canyon to the green. I've hit the green once, and I'm proud to say I've never put a ball in the canyon here. The trees on the right, well, that's another story. Lex and Gemma James are investigative journalists who helped organize the people of Central Oregon, and they run a large news website to inform Oregonians and the nation of the ever-changing political situation across America. They have adopted Lex's orphaned nephews, identical twins, Josh and Caleb, who have off-the-chart IQs. At 9 years of age, don't challenge them to a chess game, and don't try to harm them or those they love. You may not survive the encounter. Hunter Jones and his wife AJ have adopted Hunter's niece Sam, now a 13-year-old girl going on 18, who's bright, beautiful, and is a handful. AJ had almost completed her teaching certificate when she and Hunter took Sam and fled to Central Oregon after Hunter's big data research got him in trouble with certain big tech companies for exposing their insidious influence over American thought and politics. AJ worked her way through college as a barista and falls back on those skills to help at Crooked River Espresso along Highway 97. As the nation fragments, the coffee drive-thru turns out to be a great place to collect intelligence from travelers on the move through a broken nation that's experiencing de facto secession. There's a striking resemblance between Kate and AJ, and it causes a few problems. A couple of other people who don't even realize that they're a couple yet are Shauna Jackson, cute, about 5'2" and not weighing much over 100 pounds. What she lacks in brawn, she more than makes up for with her vocabulary and a sharp tongue. Radley Baker tagged Shauna with the nickname The Munchkin, and it stuck. Baker is half Modoc, short but incredibly strong. Shauna gave Baker his moniker, The Runt. Despite the continual name-calling and witty, cutting banter, the two seem to hang out together a lot. Incidentally, Baker is a vet who's a good pilot. Anything with wings, rotating, or in place, he can fly it. I've mentioned Crooked River a lot. For those of you who've never seen it, here's the gorge. I took this shot near the head of the Hollywood Road, carved into the cliff to move equipment to the river during the filming of the 1967 classic Western movie, The Way West. I used this shot of the gorge at sunset for the final scene in Resisting. I won't tell you what happens there. You'll have to read the story to find out. Another setting for several scenes of Resisting is the area near Sahaley Falls. This short video shows how the narrowing of the river causes a powerful current that even in midsummer still shoots 452 cubic feet of water per second over the falls. That's a wall of water 4 feet thick, 10 feet wide, and 10 feet high, roaring over the falls every second. It's impressive. There's a scene in Resisting where Craig says he and Susan need to reach Clear Lake in 15 minutes. She calculates the average speed needed, 102 miles per hour. Craig says it's doable. This is what it looks like taking that road at 102 in the daylight. He did it at night. Incidentally, the straight portion is where a big battle takes place. Clear Lake is just behind the trees on the right. On to the weapons of warfare. The Air Guard flies F-15 Eagles. If you're flying, you don't want to see one of these on your tail. They can carry a serious load of rockets, missiles, bombs, and ammo. The C-17 is the most versatile cargo aircraft in the world. It helps the Stryker Brigade deploy to anywhere they are needed in the world in 96 hours. That's impressive. The JLTVs are a versatile troop carrier that, with added armor, turn into a powerful light tank. The only problem is they cost a lot more than the Humvees currently in use. I'm trying to finish Book 3, Restored, by Christmas. It may be a bit late, but this story brings another couple to center stage, Munchkin and the Runt. Shauna is 24 but looks about 18. Baker, the Runt, is only 5'8", but nobody in the militia wants to pair up with him in hand-to-hand combat training. He bench presses over 400 pounds. That wraps it up for what I wanted to show you, except for here's the ranch chapel. Maybe one or more lucky couples will get to use it if something or someone can bring the fighting to an end.